Welcome everybody to Fired Up Friday. We are on another platform. I'm learning what these terms mean. Comment from one of you earlier about how I'm not good at social media, but I was good enough to find these two beautiful people.
What's up, bro?
Michael Ray and Miss Carly Pearce. How are y'all this evening?
We're good. How are you?
Man.
I'm wonderful, man. For those of you that are wondering, and I know y'all are probably wondering too, I am actually not in a strip club or a limousine. I am in what used to be called the Sin Den, but it's not that anymore. It's like a glorified
strip club is what you're saying.
Moving along, we are. So life's good, man. How is quarantining been for you all?
It's good. We're trying to adjust. One artist not being on the road is bad, but having two artists not on the road in a new environment is even different. But we're making the most of it.
Yeah, this is the most time we've spent together since meeting each other. So we're taking in all the first steps, but a year and a half in.
We're doing the same thing, and we've been married for a while, and only one of us is an artist. So I can only. So, man, I know a lot of people are wondering, and a lot of people aren't privy to a lot of information, man. But I know how it is being one artist, and I do have some previous experience with, dating another artist. We won't get into all that, but people wondering, man, how is it for both of you right now, man? You both have great things going on. You're both super busy. So just. I know things are different right now because we're all quarantining, but man, just what's it like for folks that are wondering, I know it's crazy, but in y'all's words.
I mean, it's an adjustment. I mean, it's definitely, we love being on the road. You know how it is. You kind of get your fuel, and I can speak for myself. I'm actually pretty shy and introverted at heart. So that part hasn't been too difficult for me until recently, but I love the release of being on stage. So I feel sad, but it's nice to relate, I guess, on that level, to be able to say, like, we're both struggling.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm figuring out just how extroverted I am and losing my damn mind. About 3 weeks into this thing,
like 3 days.
Yeah, but it is good, man. We joke about the brand new part of it, but there is a part of, like, honestly really never knowing. I mean, you know how it is. We were talking about it. You're like a computer. You just get programmed. Especially you've been doing it as long as all of us have. Back in high school, or hitting the bar scene early, or whatever it is. You get kind of just like a robot into that lifestyle, and all of a sudden that goes completely away. And now it's like stuck in a reality show. Like, hey, put two artists together and see if they can make it playing house. Like we're like, oh, Michael, you leave every door open all the time, or whatever.
Well, I tell you, man, and this is at our house. Dude, I love my wife with all my heart. God knows I love my kids. I know you two love each other, but man, it is like you said, we're just programmed to be gone. It's like, you get home on a Sunday, and most of the time you're out on that Wednesday. So, you try to pack all of your time and really all of your effort into 3 or 4 days. And
yeah,
it's definitely an adjustment. I'm kind of a night shift guy. So, you get it. All right. But it's, my wife and the kids are up super early, and I kind of pull the late shift in the day. And, it's just, man, it's all been a crazy adjustment. And I'm sure, for a lot of folks, they probably think, well, they're not touring, man. They're probably just sitting around on vacation. And I don't think people know how much we really do enjoy, not only that it's programmed into us, but how much of our life it is, how much love and respect and how much we care about these folks, and we want to be out there performing. We want to be out there with them, and it's just we've kind of got some chains and shackles on us right now.
Yeah, man. I think that I don't think people realize just how busy, like you were saying, when you do have that come home Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then we bus out or fly out or whatever, it is. During those days, there's meetings, there's liners, there's interviews, there's this, there's writing, you're making the next record, whatever it is that you're doing. So when we leave for that weekend, for those 3 days, it's like a therapy session every night. We get to connect and actually see what our music is doing live. Like no other job.
To remind you
of
like the fans and just that connection and
that instant gratification that I don't think any other career has. Who has an instant gratification every 3.5 minutes, of like feeling like making a great, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's definitely crazy, man. Like even for somebody that's definitely more introverted and extroverted, even on both sides of it, we both are realizing
for sure. Well, Michael, we've toured together a couple times. We've been on the boat. We've had a lot of fun, man. For those of you that haven't had the chance to see Michael live, the show is absolutely unbelievable. There's tons of energy, man. You're an unbelievable performer. And
thank you, man.
Carly, I have not had the pleasure quite yet of getting to watch an entire set, but hearing from Michael and everybody else in the business that's seen you perform, they say it's just hands down incredible. And one of these days we got to figure out how to get all of us on the same something.
That would be so fun.
We might know a couple of the same people that should be able to intertwine that up a little bit. So
yeah, for those of you that don't know, there's kind of a weird love triangle. Well, not a love triangle. Don't take that wrong. It's like a.
We weren't going to talk about this till the 30-minute hour, but since we're bringing it up at 6:54,
sometimes I say things that even I just kind of like turn around a split second later, like, why? Okay, so we have like a business triangle going on. So, we all share the same management with Morris High. They're incredible people over there. So we're a part of the same family there. And also, Carly and I have, we're on the same label group.
Label mates.
Yeah, we're label mates. And we had the opportunity of working with some absolutely unbelievable people on that end too. Scott Borchetta being our record label president. I have to do him a solid. Those of you that haven't seen any of, I don't know if you could see that. Big Machine hand sanitizer is available at bigmachinedistillery.com. Carly, I did that for both of us. And
yes. Thank you.
I was
so
yeah. Hey man, we had to throw that out there. But no, it's cool to be, in the same family musically, because indirectly you're kind of privy to some information about what's going on. You're able to share in some of the success and some of the behind the scenes. And I know both of you are doing incredible right now. And talking about that, both of you have singles that are killing it. Miss Carly, you have Hope You're Happy Now, featuring a good friend of mine, Mr. Lee Bryce, who's just insanely talented.
Wow. His voice, I don't know. He just has a voice that makes me like emotional every time I hear him sing.
For sure. He does invoke emotion. He just sings with everything too. And he sings loud and it's powerful, but writing a song with him, if you're in the same room, you almost have to back out a little bit.
I've never done that, so I'm sure I've sang next to him and sang this song with him and been like, my God.
But man, it's an incredible song. I'm a huge fan of it, and I'm glad you got the chance to experience something like that with an artist that's truly amazing. That wants to be a part of it with you. And Lee is a huge fan of the song and said it's been just amazing working with you. And I imagine it's the same way going back to him. But it's an impressive song, and you wrote that, huh?
Yeah, I wrote it as honest. I mean, I don't know if I've ever said this with you sitting here. I wrote it as an apology to the guy that I broke up with for Michael.
Oh. Well,
Hey, that's fantastic.
I'll be right back.
If you didn't bring your popcorn, go grab you some.
Tell you right now.
Don't
Tell you
say
right now, this is like Maury and Springer,
all wrapped into one.
all wrapped into one big chair throwing, songwriting, heartbreak family.
Sometimes you have relationships and you go through a relationship, and I was with somebody for 4 years, and then I started playing shows with Michael, and I started having like weird thoughts about Michael. I was like, wait a minute, I shouldn't feel like this about somebody that I don't even know. And so I broke up with that person because I knew that if I felt that way about somebody that I didn't even know, I shouldn't be with them regardless. And so I wrote him an apology, and then Lee Brice played the role of him.
That's awesome. Michael, I know you're all good. You know, it's one of those things that, of course, y'all have to understand as artists, and my wife does an amazing job with it. It would be really hard for me to do. But, you know, all of our, as writers and as artists, you know, a lot of the songs we sing are based on, you know, things that have happened in our past. And, you know, we're not telling the truth, and we're not, you know, really just being transparent. And I feel like if you're not honest, you know, through your music as a writer, I feel like it shows. And, you know, I feel like there's a little bit of appreciation on both of our parts, on Amber and I, that, you know, it's a cliche, but our past does make us who we are, man. And you know, our music is a direct reflection a lot of times of who we are. And if we don't tell the story of who we are, then, you know, people are only getting half of it. The good, the bad is important to me.
Yeah, man, I think, you know, you're right. We all have stories to tell, and we talk about it all the time. It's like, it's our job to, you know, we've been blessed to have a platform to reach out and share our stories with mass people that might not understand or might just feel alone in what they're going through, and go, well, there's no way someone felt that, you know, and they might be just down on their luck, and all of a sudden they hear a song and hear a story and be like, wait a minute, no, that girl went through that, and she's on my radio, you know, or he's here, you know. And I think it's a funny thing, the fact that we both got married and have these really sad ballads at country
heartbreak ballads about our exes.
I think it's awesome. We got a breaking story. You know how many radio stations and CMT, everybody's going to be pissed. I feel like I got an exclusive. You know?
Right, dude. Right. We don't tell anybody else this shit.
No.
Landed it. Michael, you're an incredible writer in your own right, man. We've had the privilege of writing together, and well, it was a privilege for me. It might have been a pain in the ass for you, but
are you kidding me? It was a blast, man. I had so much fun.
Oh yeah, we got to spend some time down at the farm, man, and man, I got a chance to kind of check out you know, your creative process. And anytime you write with somebody, you learn a lot about that person. And man, you know, I think some of the conversations we had were, you know, about you sharing your story and really coming across. And man, I think you're doing that. I really do. And I hope people get the opportunity to know the man that Carly and I know. With that being said, Carly, I don't know anything about about old boy, but I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, cheers. I don't have a drink because I ran in a jiffy, but yeah, all right.
Yeah. My deal don't run up for another few years, so she has a few more years to think about it for her option.
Well,
happens, you know.
Hey, marriage is marriage and business is business. All right, we're going to turn. So, Michael, Her World or Mine, killer single, marching up the charts, man, just wearing them out. Man, I won't say I'm proud of you because that just sounds weird, and you know, but I am proud for you, man. It's awesome. Glad to see that song doing things. Another killer song. Man, you know, kind of, what is there any story behind that one? I know Carly said it might be about an ex.
Yeah, man. It's you know, it's it was one of those things, man, that, you know, I just in that moment of, it was a weird year for me all the way around, personal and stuff. And so I was going through some shit and was writing a lot. And I actually had a song that I thought was going to make the record. And I don't know if I just wasn't in the right headspace or what, but I was like, I like this. I didn't love it, but I liked it. And it did tell the story, and it checked all the boxes. And then I just heard the work tape from the day that Travis Denning, he was one of the co-writers. They recorded on his iPhone, and I just heard the lyrics. And we all three of us grew up on traditional country music and those honest lyrics that just kind of just grab you right here. Like, I mean, it's like, honestly, it's like, hearing like Amy for the first time, right? Like those type of songs, those like lyrics are just like, holy shit, what? Like, that's what we fell in love with. And I heard this song and I was like, did Travis follow me for like 8 months of my life? Because it was like line for line. And I never even heard the demo of it. So they spent all this money doing the demo and I never even heard the thing. Because I just heard the little word take, man. I was like, that's all I needed. And I felt like, like you said, being honest and transparent, whether sometimes we write those or not, I think is real important, man. And like you said, people know when you're not being real. And I knew if that song hit me that way, it hit everybody else. So.
For sure, man. And what a lot of people, don't think about is a lot of times when artists cut outside songs, is what we call them. You may not be a writer on it, but a lot of times it's one of those where, man, you're like, man, I wish I wrote that. But what a lot of people don't realize is, without artists cutting outside songs, there are songwriters that spend every day of their life, like, sun up to sundown, writing incredible songs. And these are some of the most talented people in the world, man. And if it wasn't for guys and, like you and girls like you, Carly, that take a chance and cut that outside thing, nobody hears it. You know what I mean? It just kind of sits there dormant, and that's, it's a sad thing. So I think it's awesome, dude, for you to be able to do that and showcase, the talent of some very, very deserving folks that fly under the radar so often.
Totally, man. It's a cool thing. I'm waiting for my first written number one. I really want that, but it is a cool thing to be able to stand on a stage at like a number one party with songwriters and know that they trusted you with their song or just it means a whole lot when you can all stand up there together when all that happens and
for sure,
and just celebrate all together, man. It's really cool.
Oh yeah. So folks, if we do have a song that tops the charts, we get a number one, there's always a number one party, and it's an awesome thing. Michael was talking about it. Everybody gets a chance to tell their story about the song and talk about their experiences with it. And man, it's always cool to hear, especially when, a songwriter gets their first number one or an artist gets their first number one. They're all special. But being a part of that, man, it's just, I think it's cool that we're able to open those kind of doors for folks. And also, man, I feel like we're all extremely privileged to be able to sit in a room with those folks and create music,
Totally, man.
Yeah.
And telling stories. And I will tell you one thing you said about Her World of Mine, Michael, that caught me too, is lyrically, a lot of the stuff that you hear now, and I won't mention any names or any of that stuff, but a lot of it just, man, can come across really hokey, and a lot of stuff's melody driven, which is cool, but it takes a lot of fluff to prop up a song. It's nice. I think if both of you have singles out right now that do this, but it's nice to have a kick-ass melody and a lyric that can stand on its own without all the fluff and out all the, you know what I mean? That's special. And to be marching songs like that up the chart, it's just an incredible feeling, man. I'm proud for you guys. So, what are we up to right now? Other than watching singles go up the chart, I know, Michael, you told me you've been doing some vocals at home.
I've been heading back to Nashville, and yeah, so we're working on album number 3 during the quarantine, which has been interesting because everybody's working from their home studios. So I've been doing vocals at my tour manager's house, who's engineering the vocals, and my producer is zoomed in. So it's been different, but man, we just got the first roast back, and they sound good.
Yeah,
they feel good.
They do.
So.
Yeah,
you would never know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so it's been good because it's kind of kept my mind somewhat from going too crazy.
I can relate.
But
I can relate. Album 3, and Miss Carly.
Yes.
You're writing for album number 3, correct?
Yeah, I put out album number 2 on Valentine's Day, so I didn't expect to go straight into a quarantine and be writing for album 3. But what's funny is I didn't really think that I'm somebody who has to write about experience so much, and I felt like, oh my gosh, I need to go out and live. I don't know what album 3 is going to be, and I've written probably 3 things for sure that'll be on album 3. Like, I know it, when you just know, and as a writer, and so it's just like I've been singing demos in my dad's closet. He took all his clothes out. I sit in there with my microphone and sing. So life is weird.
Life is very weird, but man, I'm excited for y'all. I am just a little fun fact here. Album 3 for me came out in 2014, which makes me an old ass man. Feels like, you know what I mean? Like 6 years ago, but man, that was a special album. I feel like album 1, for me anyway, looking back, you've got your whole life to write about those experiences, man. And you draw on everything from childhood to where you're at in that moment. Album 2, I feel like you're really kind of trying to find yourself. If you don't already know, you're trying a lot of new things. And, I feel like album 3, you're finding your stride. You got, who you are in the picture. So I'm excited to hear both of you's project. Cause I think, just as artists, it's a really cool time in your career. You're really centered in on what's going on and knowing what you're doing, and it's just a special time. So I can't wait to hear that. I am a little bit pissed. I hadn't got a call or a text or anything about a co-write on either one of these records, or a guest spot, or nothing.
First of all, I hear Steve laughing in the background.
That's Steve.
I hear you, Steve. I hear you laughing.
How bad I am at social media that I have to have somebody hold my hand through the entire process.
Are you kidding? I'll say it right now. Come on with it. We both.
Listen, I think we got some songs on my next record.
Hey,
and if you can download cheetah print and wine, then we're good. With a little Dolly Parton. Let's go.
I'm down. Let's do it. So folks, be looking out for that. A couple BG co-writes about cheetah print and wine. I might shoot it to you if I was hunting it, but outside of that, I hadn't drank anything in 9 years. I'm allergic to alcohol. Break out in handcuffs. But I can only imagine. There's yeah. All right, we'll turn the page on that. So I also have another question. There is a song on Carly's record. And I was talking to Borchetta before I talked to y'all, and we were just wondering if Finish Your Sentences is going to be the next single. Just throwing that out there.
I don't know if I can go back-to-back duets.
It's hard to follow Lee Brice first off, which pisses me off because I would have to follow that. I was like, well, no. Like, before your massive hit with Lee Brice, my grandpa told me know your limits, and mine's singing after Lee Brice. I'm not doing it.
Awesome. Yeah, I just had to find at least one uncomfortable question. I feel like that's it's a must. I will say that you guys are working on new projects, and I haven't mentioned this to anybody, but your boy here is going to have to leave town next week. And I can't say much about it, but I'm going to be working on something new myself next week.
Awesome, dude.
Yes.
Hopefully that people, give folks a little something to look forward to. There's a special song, man, that I've been working on, and it just something I'm really excited about. So hopefully that'll be something we can show folks soon.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I tell you what, guys, we need to do another co-write like we did at the farm, Michael, but just bring our wives and do like a double date right hang.
Let's do it, dude. I'm in.
Yes.
I am in.
I've only been around Amber a little bit at CMA dinner, or was it ACM's in Vegas, but I want to hang. She was pregnant, I think. So. Yeah,
you could barely even tell. I outpunted my coverage. I married up, to say the least, and I think y'all will get along just fine.
Yes, please.
A very strong woman who loves cheetah print and wine.
That's my girl.
Oh yeah, she checks all the boxes.
My girl.
Well, folks, I tell you what, man. Both of you musically are insanely talented people. I'm proud to know you. But not just because of music, man. I've had the privilege of getting to know both of you personally. And folks, for those of you that don't know much, hadn't seen a Michael Ray show or Carly Pearce show, you got to get out and check it out. And you got to check these folks' music out. And outside of that, they're just, man, y'all are down to earth, really cool folks. You're business driven. You got your mind on who you are and what you're doing musically. But, man, I think folks would appreciate how genuine y'all are, outside of music. And man, I'm excited to see y'all together. Y'all are a special couple. We'll say that being married is the best decision I ever made in my life. One of the hardest, but definitely the best. And man, I look forward to the next chapters of y'all's life and can't wait to hear it through your music and share it with you in person. And man, I appreciate y'all hanging with me tonight. I'm going to get on back here. I got to go down and check on my youngins and see if my wife wants to spend some time with me.
Hell yeah. Hey, dude, thank you so much for having us, brother. We love you, man.
You got it, man. Much love, much respect. We will talk to y'all soon, man. Y'all take it easy. Thank y'all, everybody, for checking in. I hope I can speak up for all of us when I say that we love you. We miss you. We can't wait to get back on the road. Thank y'all so much for being dedicated and hanging out with us tonight, man. Much love. We'll see everybody soon.
See you guys.
See y'all.